Hey guys, Baskit here again. I'm gonna do another voiceover. Originally, I wasn't going to produce this video because my opponent is obviously pretty new to the game and it's pretty much a one-sided match. But for a couple of reasons, I decided to go ahead and do it. First being, it's filled with bugs and quality of life fails continually. Every time I play this game, it's frustrating on a new level and in a new way because something's not working right. The other reason is simply because if you're new and you're watching videos, there's going to be a lot of mistakes that players don't make because they've played 100 or 1,000 games or 10,000 games and they just don't make these mistakes anymore. So you'll never see them highlighted and you'll have to just figure them out. Try to say hey to this guy and I'm like, oh wait, he's on PSN. I don't think they have chat. So anyways, um, just kind of looking at the map, like going first against FS on this map because they have units that they can put in your font about the same time an IS unit can get in his font, just like that one right there. And all they have to do is stay in the font while something else long enough for the third deploy to back it up. So the first deploy goes left on first turn or upper right on first turn towards your font, and you guys are racing there and you get there at the same time. His second deploy comes down and gets his font. His third deploy and second deploy then come towards that font. And that's called a draw win in most cases because you never had a chance to get a foothold. And there's really no unit, I don't think, that can get you all the way to your font in the first turn. Not without some specific things happening. I think it's 10 spaces away or something like that. Anyways, he deploys the Slipworm, which is a really cool unit. It's really annoying, has some cool abilities. Constrict, it has Explosion, Death Nova, Lightning, I don't know what rank, some Evasive I think, and Teleport, which you can see he didn't use there. So you always want to conserve AP so you can spend it later if you can. So Teleport 1 conserves 1 AP, would allow him to be one space further. He's also not in a very good position because of the way his font is laid out. He needs to be at that third space away from his font so that he can be back into battle the quickest and spend the less AP getting his font. Kind of like where I just put my guy. He's one space inside of that right now. So I got my font. I got a little tanky guy coming down to hell. I haven't caroused him yet because I'm thinking I might get the October Brewfest lady, and she can give him an actual brew instead of pale brew. Pale brew just keeps him intoxicated, I think. That's all it does. It doesn't actually help him. It doesn't give him new abilities or anything like that. So it's better than nothing because he stays intoxicated, so it keeps defense and damage and hit points. But he doesn't get the tough, or I think the other one, the black label, gives you regen maybe, I'm not sure. This unit, one of their tanky units, really good unit to stick in the font. You can't really keep him from getting in the font because of crushing charge. Okay, you can see here how he put where he put his Slipworm is 3 spaces away from where he should put them. So that's a minimum of 3 AP wasted plus at least 1 use of teleport wasted as well. So he's now 4 spaces away from further away from the battle than he could be. So now I'm thinking about positioning. The only thing that I really want to do, go ahead and carouse him because he's about to go into battle. So even if I did put the Poxtober Brewfest lady down, she's not going to come up in the battle and carouse him. And he's not really a good recipient for my Providence. So there's really no reason not to carouse him at this point. And I will go ahead and think, what am I going to need against this crab? What about Illuminate? It reduces defense after attack down to 0. So you can see he has 3 defense. He's got 2 tough. So Illuminate could be very, very helpful. It's also distract. He's got distracting attack, so that'll be good against the slipworm and to keep the crab from doing crushing charge. So all around, that's a good counter to the units that are on the board. It's a good counter to bog hoppers in general because they're always hopping around, and it keeps them from doing that. So it's a serious mobility hit, if nothing else. At this point, he's going to want to, you know, try to, he's got 3 units, I got 3 units, so you can see the engage point is more closer to my font than his. What I would do if I was him is start, you know, probably not this round, but kind of get my guys set up this round, and next round start harassing with the bog hopper with the poison. This unit, he's got nothing really that he needs right now. I don't have any stealth units out. I'm not going to be using any stealth units. This is a nice control. He can use that and then get into my font, or, you know, do some damage with pounce. It's a good harassing unit. It's got 2 really good harassing units out now. So with the slipworm, with that guy, and with the poison bog hopper, he should be able to harass me pretty good, right? Just whatever's out in front, get in there and lumber it, whatever, poison, back off for a couple of turns. So now I'm looking at getting a support out. This is kind of the way I roll. I always want to have a ratio of 3 champions, attack champions, and 1 support, pretty much in all cases. The best one I have right now available to me is the whatever he is, a handler, and he's not a bad support because he has basically boost dwarf because he gives him loyalty and drive, which is awesome. That's really all he does, but he's cheap and he's great on range units, making sure they stay boosted. I really don't want to put him up front too much, you'll just get clobbered. So he doesn't really boost my up front guys, but I kind of try to include guys in my deck that go up front that are expendable, like my thug, or tough, like the noble, who can, you know, get AP, move around. He can do lots of damage. He can do range damage with his keg attack, all kinds of stuff. So he's in a position here where he can either get in my font or pretty close to my font, but I don't think he sees it. There's also that little bush right there that's impassable, so you have to work around that as well. My font bonus, I think now, is that people can't put relics in my font while I own it, so he would actually physically get in it. Crushing charge just kind of negates, you know, engagement for the champions they're charging through or past, so you could get past some of that. My font's a little bit weak to the bottom. You can see how my units are arranged kind of north, and my hooligan is about 1 or 2 spaces out of place, and you'll see he'll take a hit from that poor positioning right now, which is a good move on my opponent's part. He should be about 1 space back and 1 space inside or something like that. If the slipworm was up in the right spot from not wasting previous AP, he could have then gone in and constricted that guy and then put the crab in the bottom of my font, and I would have been split in 2, and that would have been a pretty tough thing to have to deal with because I wouldn't have, I'd have to make a choice. Don't have a POV, don't have really anything to save that hooligan, so he may have died, or I would have had to spend Nora to save him most likely. So now I'm thinking it's a good time probably to get the sepulcher out so it can start doing some work. I guess now the sepulcher only prevents 8 damage, the first 8 damage, not to each unit. So you see here, I'm setting up for some attacks on the crab. I make sure I count my spaces so that I can drive and still have 2 attacks and be inside of boost. All that stuff is important. And I know that I have plenty of damage to do it. I really don't want to start berserk attacking because I have 3 other units there that could be attacking me, and I want to keep my defense. So I'm going to do regular attacks, and I don't have the damage anyways. If I didn't have the damage, I would have Berserk attack to get the kill. But you can see my Encourage ability is powering up my Hooligan. He's got 14 damage now from Encourage, so now his little bomb's going to do more damage. Damage both of them. Finish the kill on the crab. A little graphical dissonance there when he died. Delay on the bubble being spawned. Kind of weird. Making a note of that so I can make a note of all my bugs. So he missed a chance by just kind of moving inefficiently. And the turn before, he could have really changed this game by being efficient and saving his AP. And you wouldn't even notice that. He probably doesn't even notice that he had that opportunity. But it was an opportunity that then turned into my opportunity because the slipworm was not north enough and west enough to threaten my Hooligan, and he could stay in there and be ready for that bomb and finish that kill. Also, just the placement of the crab, you would want to try to count that AP. You really don't want to get into 2 attack range by 2 units. I mean, that's 4 attacks. There's almost no way that any unit's going to survive 4 attacks in a general skirmish without some type of special ability or a spell or something like that. And you can see that I have even beyond that an ability that counters anything that would have saved him, which is his defense. Here a Poison Cloud is laid, so I'm a little confused. So the Sepulcher, it protects the first 8 damage, so 6 damage to the one dude. Sepulcher is immune, so it didn't take any, so why didn't it protect then 2 damage to the Pontiff? I'm not really sure on that. Can't even tell where the Poison Cloud is, except for that one spot in the middle, and I assume that it's at least AoE 2 because it hit those other 2 guys. So that's a little bit confusing. Kind of don't even know what's going on there. Let's check out the combat log and see if that'll help us. Oh, can't click on it to open it. Oh, right. The combat log is freaking horrible. Look at that. That is embarrassing. Sock, you need to fix that. Do your freaking job. Make it like it was, where we can click on the abilities and the spells and see what's going on. This is just embarrassing. I mean, really? It's basically the combat log in a notepad with some colors on it. So here you see my opponent made a major mistake. All his units are grouped up into AoE 2. You just simply do not want to do that. I don't really have the ability to take huge advantage of that. I think my keg toss is on cooldown. But you can see I'm ramping up for some kills here. I don't need the damage from that, but I'm about to take 10 life from the thug, so I'm going to counter that 10 life a little bit. If you get all up in there like this in AoE 2 range, almost any faction is going to have the ability to make some sort of play on it. You can see I do here. Take some wallop. I'm just collecting globes, just making my plays more efficient. And an attack here. Everybody's made their attack, so I'm using my Hooligan last since he has Encourage. It takes a big 16 damage hit because there's already been 4 other hits, 4 other attacks, and 12, 36 damage to everyone. I'm gonna go ahead and EGS him because you can see how I'm in AoE 2 now up at the top. Oh, I'm back in the poison range. I guess that's poison range. Really no idea what's going on up there with the poison. So I'm not gonna move my Hooligan back, but I'm gonna keep him from teleporting in. He's also got enough AP to attack twice, I believe, if I just leave him there. So let's see. I think, yeah, he won't be able to attack twice on my thug now either. And the other bog hopper is 3 spaces away, so he can't attack twice either. I have the grid up. I really should have the grid, the double G, so it shows the lumbering or the terrain effects to walk through, making you slower, taking extra AP. The dreaded fish kisser that I've seen threads about. Let me see. What's the big deal here? I think he's a lot less than he used to be, for sure. Maybe he's the same as he used to be. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm only gonna get one tackle camp. He's gonna go ahead and constrict me. So this is a little confusing. Constrict it definitely rounded down because it's 9 damage. I have 2 defense, 2 tough, so that's -4 damage. So that rounded down. The ability says on successful attack, so I don't think it requires damage, you know. So I just took a 10 damage attack on him for 1 damage. So his attack was divided by, his mudsling was divided by 50, or by half, divided by 2. And I took 5 damage, reduced to 1. So that one, whether or not it required damage, definitely affected me. He's lumbering and whatnot. So he's got 3 defense, tough 2, I think, maybe. Gonna go ahead and drop that. I got 3 units that can pretty much take full use of that heal. Very, very efficient move right there. Couldn't really deploy any champions that I wanted at that point anyways, and I'm out championing him already, so it gives me the ability to use spells without putting myself in a champion deficit. He deploys next range, I deploy next range, next round. So just kind of deciding how I want to do this. Can't really save him from the death explosion, so I'm just going to go ahead and get the kill. Don't have keg toss, can't hit them both. Throwing out some drive. Drive's good. I mean, it's not going to get me the kill, obviously, with evasives, but it's you know, as a consistent AP increase. So there you can see I took the damage. I took damage from walking on top of the lava, but I don't think I take damage from standing on top of the lava with this other terrain here. Not really sure how that's working. It looks like the lava's on top, so I did take damage at that turn. Unless it was protected by tough or something. I don't know. Anyways, so he's gonna go with a TLC again. A TLC being used not to secure the kill. So 45 Nora to not get the kill. So I get eroding winds. I can do damage to it from a global standpoint if I want to. Just kind of trying out eroding winds right now. That's why there's 2 of them in there. Don't really like it, to be honest. It's a little bit unpredictable, but it'll do some good work later in this game, forcing myself to use it. So, kind of lagging out here. He goes for a spell. I take -6 damage from my faction bonus, -2 damage from tough, so 8 damage. Spell does 0 damage. Well, that was not a very good choice. It looks like maybe he's thinking about how to do damage to this guy to get that kill. Takes 9, get 34 left, so he's going to take 9 more. He's going to have 25. Still a lot of health. 8 more damage, so still not in range of getting a kill this round. Is he going to bring the bog hopper up here or not? Bog hopper is in danger of being killed. He didn't take damage from the lava either. Staying on 6 damage. So that guy's doing a lot of work up in there. He's not even in sepulcher range. No healers out. Staying alive. He's pretty much taking every hit except for 1 attack on my hooligan, maybe. So I'm thinking, you know what do I gotta do to kill that fish kisser, because he is the only threat, you know, and I have 4 threats. So I need to make sure that he does not have unstoppable. He used to. I think all the Tortons did at one time, and then most of the melee did at one time, and looks like now this one at least does not. If he gets to attack me next range, he'll probably attack and turtle, or at least that's what I would do. So our next round. So kind of want to kill him this round, so they don't have to deal him 2 more rounds after this one. 3. Just taking that stun. He's reduced that damage from via tough. Don't have any hit points. I could do berserk attacks because you know, I'm in range of the TLC and the other bog hopper, so they'll definitely be able to do 8 damage to me regardless. So I want to get this guy killed. 16 and 16, really good damage from a 67 Nora unit, wouldn't you say? Reduced the. I'm thinking this will take the other guy out of stealth, but it doesn't. So is that a bug? Did it hit him? Does it only hit unstealth things? Does it only hit things you can see? Do I want to take them out of stealth with this and cover up that bubble so he doesn't get it? No, not really. That's not very good use of my Nora. I have 36 Nora, so I can deploy a champion next round if I want to. Really don't need to at this point. I'd rather use my Nora to get this game over with, and it's not because I'm a really good player, it's just because this guy is not a very good player. Thought, well, go ahead and transfigure and see if that'll save my thug. Didn't even know if transfigure still gives you health, but apparently does. So he's thinking, what do I do? How do I kill this thug? Finally. So now you can see the terrain effects on your movement. +1 moving around in the water. Helps you, especially versus FS, know which water is impeding and which is not. So I took a hit from the TLC. 1 hit from the bog hopper will get it done. He goes for the pygmy stampede. So what he should do is he should attack me with the one that's hidden by the wall there, and then he can pick up both of those globes with the one that he is attacking with right now. Collect both those globes. A lot of good FS players, they use the last pig and pygmy stampede to collect globes all the time because it's an expensive spell, so it helps reduce the cost of the spell. So that attack right there is completely useless. So why not? You know, that spell, he cast it so that he could finish that kill. So get the kill, get those globes. You know, 25 Nora maybe of globes right there. Definitely made that efficient play. You can't do anything with that pig right there, and of course I'm not going to let it survive a turn. And he just retreats. He could have got the globe with that guy too if he wanted to continue attacking with his pigs. If he had a champion that he could have attacked with the pigs. So missed opportunity there. What am I doing to the terrain? And is this Microsoft Paint? I'm erasing. Is that what I'm doing? Oh, that's horrible. This has got to be such a frustrating game to play on PSN when you don't have a mouse. This guy is probably going to play this game one time and go away and never come back. That's what I would do. Just moving enough so that I can get that attack off. So at this point, he's got units in his spawn point. I could do an eroding winds. Just want to get those globes and continue killing champions. I want to kill champions over relics. I can always run away from relics. I deploy Ewan just because I haven't used him since I came back. So he's got this range 5 hammer. Kind of want to do that. Can't get that guy back out of TLC range, but I'm not really worried about it. I can move him in for some more health and damage. I mean defense. You can see the Bog Hopper regen 2 from the font bonus. FS font bonus, and Mudslings my hooligan. And I take damage, and I am lumbering. He gets hit some abilities from using that ability, and then I get hit with the TLC. The TLC is doing work. It's getting all his charges used up, but it's not killing anything. If you're not killing anything with it, then you shouldn't have deployed it. You should have deployed a champion, especially if you're down champs. So this unit, this was a pretty poor deploy from him. Yeah, it's got a lot of hit points, and it's got absorb, which is gonna help versus those two range guys. But I have a guy that can distract, and that guy has nothing but non-basic attacks and abilities, so he's gonna be completely shut down by distract. And I know that, and I'm kind of excited about that myself. So here I should move down or southwest, but I just go northeast. Southwest would have been like, no, Bog Hopper, you're not taking my font, but I don't care about my font anymore. Getting in range, staying in boost range, which is 3. So there we go there. That kill. Eroding Winds. I know it's supposed to knock it away from my shrine, so I'm pretty sure it's going to knock it against his shrine. And it does. So he takes 15 extra damage, and he becomes eviscerated 4. He's bleeding. Font's open to this guy. Be alright. At this point, you know what? The game was already long over, but he's got to think about, what do I do? What do I do? What I would do is, now that that unit is worthless, I would go ahead and use its hit points, because it's got a bunch of hit points, and deploy some evasive, harassing type range units. That's a good one as well. So it's gonna be doing damage while you run away all the time. And then yeah, it's time to run. You probably could have waited one more turn. Do we have Fortify still? I don't know. If we don't have Fortify, you know, then I would have probably tried to wait a turn or two more. I see that his font's unprotected, so I'm gonna try to make use of that eventually. With one of my guys, I could have taken it this turn, but I decided not to. So I noticed I can do a lot of damage, so I'm going to push him into the shrine. The animation for that is weird. It's like at the bottom of the screen. So he goes in the shrine, takes some damage. I want to get one attack on him, one attack on the shrine. I end up doing both attacks on the blob, and instead of the shrine taking one. Just kind of got in a hurry there. It's alright. Do an attack on him. Everybody else is already attacked, so go ahead and attack with your encourage unit at the end. And I know he's lumbering and this is going to kill him, but I'm going to go ahead and finish this guy off. 5 more damage on the shrine. I'm willing to trade champions now at this point in the game. I can't end turn, so this is where it gets kind of weird. I cannot end turn. I don't know what I did to make myself not be able to end turn. All I've been doing is hitting abilities like I've been doing the whole game. But no matter what I do, and I can move my units and stuff, so I'm not frozen. I'm gonna go ahead and see if the turn will just end on its own. I think maybe I'm DC'd. There's nothing telling me I'm DC'd that I see. Really weird. So yeah, his turn doesn't start, so I'm thinking, well, must have something happened. So I just close it out and get right back into it. It resized my game, you can see here, which is extremely annoying. The sound of placing all those units and everything, is all that necessary? Can you not just have it open up? Anyways, he goes into my font. Now I'm playing with a really little screen instead of a right in my face zoomed in screen. Kind of trying to get an idea of what's happened while I was gone. Obviously nothing. He's just moved the only guy that he can move. Looked like he moved his avatar up for an attack on my hooligan to make sure that Ping kills him. And he's placed his Pinger in a position where Ping will only hit my hooligan. Because if there was another unit in that range and it was higher hit points, the Ping would hit that other unit too. Or instead. Things are about to get really weird. You'll note that after he ends his turn, I'm only going to have 20 seconds for my turn. So I think, do I need to hurry up? Let me hurry up. Yeah, I better hurry up. But after I end turn, I think it goes back to normal. So basically here, we're just doing cleanup duty. My avatar against his is a no-brainer. I'm just still playing a little bit. I always play defensive until the very last move. Is why I play IS. So I want to keep everybody in range of the avatar's abilities. And in range of the boost from the handler. I see where his bog hopper is. I'm not worried about that. I got ranged coming. I got all kinds of tools for this. I can run up and swipe him with Samir. So he's gonna attack he's only got 3 AP, so yeah, he goes stealth, but I know exactly where he is because he used all of his AP on that attack. So he can't move after he stealth from Shadow Strike, which allows you to stealth after you make an attack. It's a pretty cool ability. It helps you harass, and would have helped him harass a lot earlier. I really have no stealth detection here in this deck, particularly. Nothing with unobstructed view or nothing with detection. So he had a pretty good harass game set up early in the match, but it's fallen apart, of course. I'm gonna go ahead and Eroding Winds. I'm pretty sure that's gonna knock him into my banner. I know Manic really well because there was a time when Construct and Manic was a big thing, and so you had to know it really well so you can know which way all your structs were going. And I know that Knockback is opposite of Manic from the source of the knockback. The source is my Samir, just doing damage on the avatar. Uncovered the poison. Mushroom, he can't move as long as I don't kill that poison mushroom. He can't come out there because he's blocked. He can't kill his own relic. That's not gonna matter, but it would. But anyways, you know, at this point, I put my avatar in a position to where it's gonna make sure that he knocks him into my banner to take that extra 15 damage. So he's dead. He's going to take 4 damage at the end of the beginning of the next turn. So Samira will be able to collect that globe. Yeah, see, he needs to move far away. If you're going to die, you go ahead and move far away. Put the globe far away. He's going to get an attack, but I got Sepulchre there. I got 5 damage or 5 defense. I'm getting defense. He's got good NA defense. I'm getting defense from loyalty. And Sepulchre there protecting me. It's funny that I took no damage, but there's no more protection available from Sepulchre, even though I took 0 damage and it didn't protect me at all. So interesting there. He goes ahead and kills my Earthshaker. It's a good move, but it's down. He could have collected those globes, but it doesn't really matter. But in normal gameplay, you really want to have a strategy to collect the globe after every kill if possible. Here you can see my only option is to move Samir 2 spaces. I cannot move 1 space. Even if I target that space, he still moves 2 spaces. Move 1 space back, move 1 space again, but that first time I could only move 2 spaces. So that could have been a problem. If I needed to collect that globe and then come back and use the spell and then do an attack for the win or something, it could have been a huge problem. Here, just on cleanup duty, went ahead and killed the mushroom with my Pontiff, and I'm just going to start stacking it up. Say, well, go ahead and put that on him for no good reason. But you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and block. So now he can attack me from melee. He's going to fail. He's going to only do one attack. I'll hold the line. So if he moves to do a range attack, because he knows I'm blocking, I'm going to attack him. Also, what else can I do? Go ahead and move this guy in there for more defense and hit points. And the only really thing he can do is move and attack Ewan. Or move left and attack Handler. But if he moves away, he's going to do a range attack. So let's go ahead and do that. Kill himself. Obviously the game's over and I'm just throwing spells and equipments around. And I think he ends it here in a minute. But yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I wanted to show in this video was just some of the new mistakes that he made with positioning and wasting AP. And he had a really good harass setup started, and it just kind of fumbled it from not using his stuff correctly. You can see here my rewards are really awesome, and I really feel rewarded for playing that game, now having 740 gold to my name. Anyways, more videos to come probably, especially the ones that feature bugs. You guys have a good day. We'll talk to you soon.